This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Wednesday, which means we're doing a Learn My Licks video, and as you probably gathered from that little bit of a solo at the start of the video, today we're looking at what is undoubtedly my favourite lick to play with one of these things on my fingers, on my finger rather. It's a little bit of a slide lick. I've done videos in the past about how I approach playing slide, and I'll link to one of those in the description below. I also have a Udemy course on slide as well, so go and check that out if you're interested. It's probably discounted at the moment, they always seem to be. Yeah, so this is the lick that I habitually just kind of fall into, and there's lots of variations you can do on this lick when playing slide guitar in a blues context. So let's have a little bit of an explanation about what I was actually getting up to in that solo.
Lick explanation.
Okay then, let's have a look at what's going on in the lick. Before we start, just a couple of words about playing slide in general, a couple of points that you may not be aware of. I've done entire videos on this in the past, so I'll probably link to one or two of those in the description. I have a pretty kind of comprehensive course on playing slide in standard tuning as well up on Udemy, so if you're interested in more details on the generalities of playing slide, go and have a look at those. But first thing is you can wear the slide on any finger you want, apart from this one, because one of the essential parts about playing slide is you need to do behind the slide damping. I tend to wear it on my ring finger. Some people, Joe Walsh for example, prefers it on that finger, and many people use it on the little finger. For me, it just feels natural on the third finger, and I use these fingers here behind the slide to do the damping. What that does is it prevents any sympathetic vibrations from this side of the string from creating kind of dissonances and kind of stray notes that you don't want to hear. Another thing about playing slide is you don't put the slide where you would normally put your finger. So for instance, I want to play this E note there, I put my finger there, I get the note. If I put the slide there, it's flat. You have to kind of go right over the actual fret wire, and to be honest, the best way of doing this is just think of yourself in the same kind of boat as like any musician who plays a fretless instrument, like a fretless bass or a violin or something. Just listen for the note, basically. And the other thing is you need to use bits and pieces of this hand, maybe the side of your thumb and so on, to mute any strings that you're not playing on. Once again, to sort of stop kind of stray notes kind of ringing into whatever you're playing. Or sometimes it can be fun to let it happen if the note in question is going to be a nice, friendly in-key note. Anyway, the lick in question is based around, I'll just take the slide off. If we look at this bar chord shape here, okay, that would be an E chord. Okay, so I'll just play that. There we go. And it's specifically this straight line of 3 notes here that we're interested in. And then if I was thinking about maybe playing an E chord with a different bar chord shape, I could come up to here, like that. And I've got these 2 notes here at the top end of that E chord shape. So I can map out a little arpeggio, really. So the first thing you want to do is just practice going up and down that with a slide like this. Like that. So that's your E chord, and then what you can do if you've got playing in a sort of a typical 12-bar blues situation, your other 2 chords in that key would be A and B. So, you know, this is just basic transposing. If you know that the 5th fret on the E string is an A note, because that's the way in the old days how you used to tune your A string, then all of that, basically you move E up 5 frets and it becomes an A. Then all that stuff that we've just looked at there for, you know, all that stuff, you move it all up 5 frets and you get the equivalent thing in A to suit an A chord. And then move it up another 2 frets, you get the equivalent thing for B. Like that. Okay, so you're getting, you've got a basis to play over 3 different chords like that, and you could just do what I did in that little bit of a solo then, essentially stick around that. There are 1 or 2 other things that you can do, which I also did in the solo, which is to get that kind of bluesy sound, then, you know, just kind of identify where the major 3rd is in the chord, which in this shape it's the note on the 2nd string, and kind of flatten it so you get that kind of bluesy minor over major sound. So like that kind of thing, like that. And up here, like that. It's an instant way of making anything sound more bluesy. Just kind of slide in and crawl up to the major 3rd of the chord from the flattened 3rd. Another thing you can do to make it a little bit more bluesy is just identify where the root note of the chord is, which is, there's your E note there, and go 2 frets below it. So that's giving you the flat 7th. That's really giving you that kind of dominant 7th blues chord kind of thing. So it's a good one to do that as you're going, say, from on a transition from one chord to another. So if I'm going to go up from the E to the A, like that, it just kind of sets up that change nicely. And once again, all that can be transposed to the other 2 chords, the A chord. So there's your little straight line of notes for the A, and that flat 7th note that we've just added there, the one 2 frets below the root, is also there as well. So you can, so already you can see that you can combine these different ideas into, you know, many sorts of different licks. And that's essentially what I did. I think I played 2 or 3 choruses of the 12-bar blues just using this one basic lick, and a couple of other little bits and pieces as well. But, you know, this was the meat and potatoes of it. So just remember, you've got that little straight line of notes there, as I said, based on this bar chord shape. So taking that part of it and then adding these 2 notes up here, and move that around the 1, 4 and 5 chords in your 12-bar blues. You know, you can come up with some pretty convincing sounding results just as a way of bluffing your way through playing a slide solo, which is essentially all I can really do. So there you go. Now you know what's going on. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you will find the video of me playing the solo, that explanation you've just seen there, a full tab for the solo in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, and a backing track to play along with for yourself. All of that is, as usual, up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. As always, a massive, heartfelt thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are also linked down below. And that is the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we have a beer and talk about music and guitars. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it, but for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.